with Barija Andrew, but also be reminded that you can invest in securities and government bonds by investing your money into Zabu. Zabu is a platform by Otex East Africa, and what you need to do is use the USSD code *292#, follow the prompts, and kickstart off your investment journey today with the platform. As we continue as well, to remind you that the platform opens up at 8:15 a.m. and closing time is 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. And also, you only need a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings to invest in government bonds, for example. And the markets are closed during the weekends and on public holidays. Zabu, My Money, My Future, Otex East Africa, do something new. To open up an account with this platform, all you need to do is use your national identification number. After registration, in the next 24 hours, you'll be able to invest in as much as you can. The securities are available, inclusive of which are the government bonds. Now, before we head on ground with Barija Andrew this morning, still here with Pedison Mumbere, discussing more about the freezing of what the government is doing to freeze pay rise, jobs, and others in the latest budget cuts. Where does this leave those working in the private sector, or is it rather in the public service? And is it the right move? Obviously, we come to realize it may be the right move to do for now, as the country is trying to deal with the ever-growing public debt. Now, Penson, before we cross over to Barija Andrew, your last take on this same issue.
You see, Sonko, this is not only done here in Uganda. Even other countries do the same thing, you get it? So like I said, this then comes back to us as the owner of this country called Uganda.
Yes.
If we are just not doing well in as far as finance is concerned, in as far as economic growth is concerned, then we have to think outside the box.
Yes.
I want to commend the work that the PSST is doing. That's Ramadan Gobi, the Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Finance. If there is such problems, there is no money, we are not collecting enough revenues to support service delivery. By the way, I was even listening to some of, I'm now talking about local level, local government. The money that is supposed to go to those districts is also not enough. I had the chairman LOC5 I've had some very many chairman LOC5s from different districts complaining. But every time they expect money from government, money does not come. You get? Where is the problem? There is no money. You get? There's no money. So even it comes back even to your family. If you see that the budget is not doing very well, your pocket is not doing very well, there are at times the things you should cut off. You get? You're like, for today, we are not going to watch TV for 1 month because there's no money. You can go away with that and say, let me leave subscription, TV subscription, let me focus on food now. Because food is very important.
Very true.
I think that's what the Ministry of Finance is doing at the moment. That's what government is doing at the moment. So, no salary enhancements, no foreign trips, you get all those things. They're going to first put on hold and see, just for 1 year, and see what is going to happen. So, my take is that let us all embrace this and see how it is going to work. I want to see how the ministers are going to respond to this. The MPs and some other people who are expecting salary enhancement are going to respond to this. But I hope that will be positive. It will be a positive response to understand. But I think my take home, this is something good that we can work on together and see how it's going to work. Yes.
Well, and like President says, we need to first look at how it is going to work. You never know. It may be the rightful path to take, as the Permanent Secretary to the Treasury does believe so. And of course, we shall be giving you more details, like I mentioned earlier, about this same report in Business Today tonight. Now, let's get over with Barija Andrew to understand more about what is coming on ground this particular morning, as we get more details regarding that same situation. So, as we get into with Barija Andrew, we shall be clearly getting to understand how business is moving in Kampala and what should be done to at least see how people are moving on about it. It's February, it's the second month of the year, and that means business is moving on as usual.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
When you look at the temperatures.
If you look at the temperatures, I was just getting information from Kasese district and those parts of Toro. They was telling me that the temperature is
temperatures
too
are too
hot.
hot.
Sunshine is too hot. The whole
Quite
country is too
unbearable,
hot.
by the way.
By the way, if you, even in Kampala here, it is too hot. Like what doing business in this climate?
It becomes very harsh in the night, by the way.
It becomes very harsh in the night. So I was told by some of the people who are doing businesses in Kampala, those guys, the hawkers, those who move around, whatever, Abatembe, Tuwaita, was also complaining, saying, man, these days I'm getting it very hot. The climate is too hot. I can't move. I can't do my business.
You bear with someone who's doing an outdoor business at the time. It's very hot.
It's too hot.
Wearing light clothes, light clothing does seem like the answer. But of course, everyone moves up with maybe, I think it's people who are now selling beverages, more so water and juice, that are actually making some money.
Maybe, yeah, those are selling now. Now, this is what people are thinking, that this time now, if we embark on selling juice, cold things, cold whatever, you start moving with them around, you can make money at the moment. It's just like being in a rainy season. People who sell umbrellas, they make a lot of money.
Make some good money.
So when the climate is too hot, like at this time, it's better to embark on that business of selling cold drinks and whatever, something like that.
Well, but the temperatures are really hot lately. The month of February has presented more hot temperatures than the one of Jan. We normally thought January was the more hotter month, but this time around February, that seems like it's becoming really worse.
It is too hot. It is worse. Once people are complaining so much, but that will become to an end. Of course, these are some of the these things are seasonal. These things are seasonal,
and the kind of weather and everything does add up lately. So you realize that, well, it is everywhere, and when it is night time, it becomes really, really worse. And at this time, I will be letting go of Pedersen Mumbere for the time being, as later on we shall be joined by Barry J. Andrew. Keep it SMP.
Smart 24, driving business. Smart 24, driving business.
Alright, now we'll be back from the break now. Details coming in from what was happening over the weekend at the Speak Resort Munyonyo. That was a fire outbreak that did happen. Well, what you do, according to management in there, is that they had a fire outbreak at the staff entrance and exit, which was pretty much caused by the contractor on the building extension, which is going on, and no one was injured, and it was very minor. So it was not as much as it did seem to be dangerous. But of course, it did not in any way have an effect on the daily operation of the resort. This is according to the manager, Speak Resort Munyonyo, and of course, they did say that it did not affect on the operations. There are extension works that are going on, and that is where the fire broke up from. But they managed to at least put an end to it immediately before it could expand beyond and at least damage the entire hotel, or cause havoc, or at least in any way cause some huge challenges for the people who were actually staying in, and those who are actually having a good time over the weekend. This happened on Saturday, and this is what has been reported by the manager, that everything is okay, so that there shouldn't be anything to worry about. But well, besides that, you're still watching Smart Means Business, and of course, as we're coming to the end of the show today, it's 15 minutes to the top of the hour here on Smart 24 TV. I'm Joe Paul, so I could just briefly to take you back to where we did kickstart of the show, as we started off with the news recap 6:30 before we switched off to what is happening from the news updates. News updates was rotating around the Uganda Chamber of Commerce, highlighting on expansion of businesses within the country. But not only that, also we had international news rotating around what is coming in from Nigeria. The elections are on Saturday, but of course there is something to do with their currency. They have a currency crisis in there, but also Amazon bringing back half of their staff, bringing back the old routine of having the staff working by 3 days a week, working 3 days a week. Not only that, also, but also looked at what is coming in from the Dar es Salaam Morogoro standard gauge railway, which is going to be delayed a little bit more after the wagons took some time or delayed being put on board. We had sports business and entertainment business still with the show, but of course SM Insight was also rotating around the impact of water prices on the water bills in there, of high prices on the water bills, which is making it hard, or making the cost of doing business quite hard. Now, briefly, let me just give you let me just show you a bit of a clip that was trending on social media regarding the fire outbreak at Speak Resort Munyonyo that was on Saturday, where the manager did mention that it did not affect in any way the operations of the hotel, but well, it in one way was caused by the extension of the contractors who are doing the extension at the same premises. So that was what was happening, and footage recorded by a video. Right, and that's it for Smart Means Business today. Rush into our social media platforms: Twitter, Smart24TV, Facebook, Smart24TV Official, Instagram is Smart24_TV. The website is www.smart24.tv/news for real-time business updates, both local and international. But meanwhile, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Smart24TV Live. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Please do follow me up for more as we discuss business and social aspects of life. You've been watching Smart Means Business, and as I'm signing out, I do wish you a good day, a blessed and fruitful week ahead of you. as we are definitely in the last week of the month of February. So there are lots of expectations as the month of March or the third month of the year kicks in. So you should be putting yourself in ready boots to conquer the business world. As we are signing out, remember to invest though. Investing is something that you should be reminded of all the time. Wake up to investing in government bonds and investing in other securities that are available on the Zabu platform. Zabu says, my money, my future. Alltech East Africa powers the platform, and it says do something new. The markets on the platform open at 8:15 a.m. Closing time is 3:15 p.m. And do remember that this platform is dedicated to giving you the advantage of investing. Markets are fully closed over the weekend and fully closed during public holidays. Zabu, my money, my future. Alltech East Africa, do something new. It's 10 minutes to 10 a.m. East African Standard Time. What will be coming up will be financial markets with Anthony Sebade. Later on, Yugi to Kwale Fred Makobi at 1 p.m. Then you should be able to catch up more of the daily programming with Skill Up now in YouTube at 3 p.m. Rather at 4 p.m. and then at 6 p.m. is Jankola with Anthony Nduga. Anthony will return at 7 p.m. with The Point, where they analyze policies in the country. And within that time, 9 p.m. is Business Today. For more, stick around to Smarts 2040. Continue driving business with us. Plot 42 and I love you. Good morning.